not agree for me we enter the hotel because in Japan, where they send a salon delegation this, they not agree for me we enter the hotel because they say we get debt day. And then I mean the first time we had a good day. Now that I inherit. Where everybody don't go inside, me not be still able because I be needful. Ask me with all my delegation, pay for the hotel bill where they be done left day, I don't even know which year. Before me they allow for before then they allow me for enter day. Then kind national disgrace then they it don't make salon man don't lost in self-esteem. Today, Sierra Leone is viewed differently around the world.
Can you imagine a president enlightened, he saying go Japan, where he reach at the hotel, then they say, well, buddy, you government not pay where to, you know, come on. This is a joke. This is a joke. You and I, if you ready for London today, now when you call London, you can't find your hotel. That's it to go sleep. This guy for not booking hotel, but don't tell us, no, we don't accept you now because you still owe it. But you can lie, then can lie there. Say that when you reach that hotel, then they tell you, say, no, you last government, they owe you. No, seriously, Juma, you know, I make with the question you ask me, say, if we want to give Madam back another chance, if salon people they do then they sign a death warrant.
That's like cash box. One social media commentator will put more inside this particular talk on the Japan trip of the caretaker. The African Express not waste any time. They go back to the archive and then what they do? They pull all the list of the visitors them we don't go to Japan and the one them we don't come inside Sierra Leone from Japan. The African Express not up there. Then go before and talk say this trip where caretaker beyond the talk say e go pay debt for the last government in Japan. In SSF go about $270,000. Let me read this thing for you. Then say President Madabio still withdraw about $270,000 from the national treasury for his 5-day trip to Japan in 2019. $91,601 per diem for himself and $36,587 for his wife, even though they were both traveling together. This is also despite the fact that the logistics and protocol for his visit had been arranged by the host government, that's not Japan. This now the list of the money them where they withdraw. And they show all the list and transaction of the money them where they withdraw. This again don't draw plenty people their attention. Femi Claudius Cole, the leader for the Unity Party, they get a different angle where it take concerning the caretaker in Japan trip. And waiting in as a leader of your party be the expect from the caretaker.
Okay, I want to talk in the common sense. Because let me tell you something. If me a president of Sierra Leone, I get opportunity. You know how far 98.1 they go? That is probably one of the most listened to morning shows in Sierra Leone. Me get that kind of audience there for talk to me people there. I know they can't talk, but that's why I go pay. Not that's why I go pay the money you. Not for that way where I go pay. Now you know the excuse where I can't give you now. Now waiting I go cool where I go Japan, now they tell you. Who's benefit and me come back na salon where I come out Japan, now they tell you. Not for the debts where you go pay. Not for the debts. Honestly, to me, it make you feel like I say, the panel really they look at the big picture. You know, they look at the big picture. They're asking you hard questions. They're asking you questions where the public would like to ask you. And you have an opportunity for talk to me. You they tell me what that's where you go pay. I mean, how simplistic is that? What did you get from Japan? Now you know the question. What in Japan they can do for we? And who stay with the left for what can the one world? They spend money, they bigger. When?
He said we not for disconnect. Because it clean the image of the country where it can go so.
Okay, well it do so now. It don't clean where it do now. It do so now. Thank you very much. Now that money the way would they take the waka all about. Let us invest it in the children. Let us invest it in our hospitals.
Yeah,
let us not be
investment they go for.
But where?
Huh? You know
where? Well, if you are traveling to all these places and you have something tangible to show the Sierra Leonean people job, regardless of where it's from. Putting the person who is qualified to deliver there, whether you like him or you hate him, not your friend, but the man who delivers or the woman who delivers.
What do you think about all of this? Drop your comments down in the comment section. Feel free for share this.
In Japan, where they send a salon delegation this, they not agree for me we enter the hotel because they say we get debt there. And then I mean the first time we had to go there. Now that I inherit. Where everybody don't go inside, me not be still able because I be needful. Ask me with all my delegation, pay for the hotel bill where they be done left there, I don't even know which year. Before me they allow for before then they allow me for enter there. Then kind national disgrace then they it don't make salon.
Oh na 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 na, oh na na na, like I go na 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 na, oh na 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 na. Get up, stand up, get up, stand up, get up, stand up and fight for your right. Get up, stand up, get up, stand up, get up, stand up and fight for your right. Get up, stand up, get up, stand up, get up, stand up and fight for your right. Get up, stand up, get up, stand up, get up, stand up and fight for your right. I pay the way the system they go. So we been butter, waiting the one. Where we can't see slow, not so we been butter, waiting the one. Every day a new story, waiting the one. And just they like how we waiting the one. Separation them on a we. I'm lucky I the dance for we. Waiting the one. So here they kill we.
Fambole muna kushe henu na hadu. We are don't come back today for come talk about things where they happen. Now we on sweet yes and low. Now we yo. Whoa. We left for do them bad things them. We the feel most and low. Now we yo. Whoa. We are. And if we hurt you, we sorry. We no mean bad, we just want for make we go before. If we hurt you, we sorry. We no mean bad, we just want for make we go before. Fumble, how you they do? Well, I always know the answer. Some people go say, we tell God thank you. Some people go say, we still do, also we day, but we tell God thank you again for the life. Well, as all this they be, we been done butu behind the Auditor General and in deputy then case where then say then set up tribunal for investigate them for alleged professional misconduct. Well, as we dey behind that one, the tiggy one, other things then same way so they unfold. We see outside the opposition flag bearer and a running mate being go visit some player them where happen for be the Leone Star player them. Well, as soon as they come out, the National Sport Association pull a word say they no want foresee any politician day and now the government now the custodian of their players then they we mean say now they no more get right for go day but no opposition no go day. Indirectly, then they tell Samura, KAMARA, and anyone may say they not ever want to see them there again. But how Salon don't tell it for say now one man business, other person not get right to the national assets where we get when we own Leone Star or any other thing. You not tap do just for provoke or for talk say the democracy what they enjoy so. Not to matter bio na the father of the democracy as he always done the cut bongo say na he na the father of democracy. Professor Jimmy when a one lecturer na Afrobe College he be appear na AYV on Sunday and talk this word who say he and the Minister of Information together with CDI at Tunis been sit down. Well, it look like say caretaker bio don't vex for this word. Just after that particular program day, the University of Salon don't grab the professor come out na the university. We can watch inside it because we see different things them they come up. These are other things then for inside the program today. Now go non side, my name na Sembe Pierre, the freedom fighter. If you just join me for the first time, do ya not forget subscribe to this particular channel on YouTube It not cost you anything. Well, if you same way so the watch from with Facebook, not forget for follow or like with page. And as always, the tradition now for make you always they like the program, because how you like the program, now some more people they know about time. So please consider for like the program as you come inside and not wait until the program don't take you where you go forget. Again, we get a challenge for reach 100,000. Then there's people in the text me the cost say all the time now they ask people for 100,000. Una no go ever reach 100,000 because what una they do for salon, una just they create it, una just they create some bad things them. Una an enemy of the state, so una no go ever reach 100,000. They begin to smile and say, brother or sister, you know exactly what you talk. We get 68,752 family members them just on YouTube. On Facebook, where they talk about 45,000. But we just calm. We just 3 years. 3 years, baby, don't begin for run by this hour. And now run, we just don't begin for run. Just that we don't begin for run, you don't begin feel timid, you don't begin feel jittery, you don't begin feel intimidated. No, please, relax. We get a long way for go. By the time people in the discover we more for the election, you go to ask yourself question, what's our pull number here? I see a lot of people again, they meet me, hey, if you don't forget subscriber, we can help una make una get. We don't want anything like paid for subscriber. All waiting with the deal with Sayana organic. We don't say organic, na reality, natural. No fake business, nothing at this channel. That is why we information they're all over the past. Very authentic. Very real. Very reliable. And I force for be reckoned with. That's why my brother, Bible this BNTM say, this don't come out from just a channel to university. Also, we can share information where you could use for write your dissertation, for write your thesis, or whatsoever, term paper, what you want for write no more. You can get all the information from this channel. My name one more time, not Pierre, the freedom fighter. Well, it looks like say things them really they go on. Things them really they go on where we not to understand how even they happen. So what we go do first of all? We go to this same professor where they don't sack from the university. Even they address two different issues then. One, the issue of Ernest Bai Koroma, and say, Obama talk about Ernest Bai Koroma as, a democratic or person where don't fight for good governance. So, I've been talking this now the AYV program, the same thing. Let me listen this part of quickly before ever we go to the other side of the story, because we like for always to talk about everywhere. That is why sometimes we can talk about some things they will can vex, but we like for touch all sides. And when we touch all sides, some things there where we need for clarify with evidence of your voice or whatsoever, then we can come up with them again. So let me listen to this professor as they talk about Ernest Bai Koroma, when the former caretaker. Yeah, let me listen and we'll come back just now.
So again, let me just run through some of these issues that the two gentlemen raised, right? I just want to address them. First, Mr. Tunis, who believes that EBK built on institutions that KAMARA tried to put in place. I don't know what institutions EBK built. EBK personalized political power. I hate to say that. I mean, I'll go on record as saying that some of us gave him the benefit of the doubt in 2007, and he turned out to be a colossal disappointment in terms of institution building. The second time obviously was worse than the first time. But let's not go there about trying to, kind of retrospectively look at EBK's tenure as anything that was beneficial to our country at all, because I don't think it is. If it was, I would state it here unequivocally, because he was somebody I gave the benefit of the doubt in 2007 and turned out to be a huge disappointment. So if you're not personally, but to the country as a whole.
So if you're saying that, and
yes.
CD putting it, and in fact, citing the former president of America, giving accolade or claiming the former president and the country then to be one of the models of democracy in Africa.
I never heard Obama mention Sierra Leone as a model of democracy. What Obama said in Accra when he visited was that Africans should be more invested in building institutions.
Strong institutions.
And strong institutions and not place our faith in personalities. And EBK is the reverse of that. And even now that he's in power, he's trying to do what he couldn't do while in power. But let me.
Well, it is a great pleasure to welcome 4 leaders from Africa, all of whom are doing extraordinary work. President Sall from Senegal, President Banda from Malawi, President Koroma from Sierra Leone, and Prime Minister Neves from Cape Verde. The reason that I'm meeting with these 4 is they exemplify the progress that we're seeing in Africa. All of them have had to deal with some extraordinary challenges. Sierra Leone, just 10 years ago, was in the midst of as brutal a civil war as we've ever seen. And yet now we've seen consecutive fair and free elections, and under President Koroma's leadership, we've seen not only good governance, but also significant economic growth. So what our discussion has focused on is, number one, how do we continue to build on strong democracies? How do we continue to build on transparency and accountability? Because what we've learned over the last several decades is that when you've got good governance, when you have democracies that work, sound management of public funds, transparency and accountability to the citizens that put leaders in place, it turns out that that is not only good for the state and the functioning of government, it's also good for economic development because it gives people confidence, it attracts business, it facilitates trade and commerce. And all of these leaders have good stories to tell on that. They recognize that there's still more work to be done, and so I'm very pleased that all of them are looking to move forward on the Open Government Partnership that we helped to organize through the United Nations several years ago, and that we are now seeing countries from all across the world sign up for, setting up international norms for accountability and transparency that can lead to good governance. We also talked about the economic situation, and all of us recognize that although Africa has actually been growing faster than almost every other region of the world, it started from a low baseline and it still has a lot of work to do. That means building human capacity and improving education and job skills for rapidly growing and young populations. It means improving access to energy and transportation sectors. And so we discussed how the United States can continue to partner effectively with each of these countries. And then we finally talked about young people generally and how we can mobilize the next generation of African leadership. And individuals like President Koroma have taken great interest in finding additional ways that we can recruit and engage young people, not only to get involved in public service, but also to get involved in entrepreneurship that helps build these countries. And so my main message to each of these leaders is that the United States is going to be a strong partner, not based on the old model in which we are a donor and they are simply a recipient, but a new model that's based on partnership and recognizing that no continent has greater potential, greater upside than the continent of Africa if they in fact have the kind of strong leadership that these 4 individuals represent. And we intend to continue to engage with them through a range of programs, through the Millennium Challenge, through the USAID, through the PEPFAR programs, but we're also looking for new models that can potentially improve our bilateral relations even more. Last point I'd make, we all discussed some of the regional challenges involved. Obviously, economic development, prosperity doesn't happen if you have constant conflict. And nobody knows that more than these individuals. Some, like President Koroma, has seen that firsthand. Now, many of the threats are transnational. You've seen terrorism infiltrate into the region. We've seen drug cartels that are using West Africa in particular as a transit point. All of this undermines some of the progress that's been made, and so the United States will continue to cooperate with each of these countries to try to find smart solutions so that they can build additional capacity and make sure that these cancers don't grow in their region. And the United States intends to be a strong partner for that. So I just want to say to each of them, thank you for your extraordinary work. You should know that you have a great friend in the United States, in the people of the United States, and in the President of the United States, because we believe that if you're successful, that ultimately will help us grow our economies and contribute to a more peaceful world as well. So thank you very much.
All right, so this now, as you listen from the professor in the beginning and you listen to Obama in the ending, then you're in a better position for tell me exactly what Obama say and what the professor say. Interestingly, the keywords the way I pick from this thing are good governance. It's a good governance and economic growth. Yeah, it's a them 4 people here in Africa now they don't take the leadership role in terms of good governance and economic growth. Yeah, and other than the 4 people here, and then president there and the prime minister, where you see so, including, you know, Ernest Bai Koroma, as you see in the immediate left, you know, of I call him, former President Obama. Well, the Americans then can still say President, you know, Obama. And he thanked them as well for the leadership role. And he as well cautioned them. He say, in as much as they try very much in terms of the good governance. And when you say good governance in some name na democracy. Because now when you get good governance, you put things them in place in terms of how institutions then they perform. How the different institutions and they try for perform. Because mind you, what did the professor be the try for talk about at the Ghana trip of Obama? Yes, indeed. Obama he African leaders then for try for build waiting and call great institutions, strong institutions them. Yeah, and that not exactly, but I think say it not been see this particular video where I just don't play, so that is why it say Obama not ever reference Sierra Leone. So not that it naturally just common, it's just too obvious for let you know, for let somebody miss certain things that way can be very important. So that is why we actually come and bring something like this out for let people able to see waiting the professor say and waiting Obama say. But interestingly, all of these the professor been try for doing for let it go play safe in the discussion. The professor been very much critical with different things, but at the same time, he aware of the kind of government we get. That is why he highlighted different problems them where this government they face right now. But even when he try to highlight the problem, then he be scared. At some point, you will see it go so, you see come so, but still, if they manage to make a point in that kind of way how it's supposed to be. But unfortunately for the professor, that's not able to save him at all. It's not save him at all. Because at the end of the day, when the professor they try for address, interestingly, let's tell you this thing. The professor, because he be try for play safe, now he make a try for slap Ernest Bai Koroma. Then he come back and slap Marabio. But Ernest Bai Koroma not react at any time. He not pull word, and even when we didn't the power, he not say anything. But Marabio no go sit down somebody they slap him in face when I in the power. It's very much impossible. So let me see what will happen. As the professor talk, one of the things that way Marabio been basically the make mood for. When from where he come, where tell me say, now you know the kind of green way be wearing. He come every day when they talk. When they talk about good governance, talk about democracy, he always put himself, he place himself into a better position, say, I am the father of democracy. In other words, now me, now the man, we start with team up trying for democracy. If not to be for me, we team up for democracy, we not for the also today. So this have been basically the things that we even done the tell we. But professor come and talk something. And at this thing, I not save them at all. Because Marabio and Cabal vex for that. So let me listen what the professor say again.
I will characterize Sierra Leone, or call Sierra Leone, a quasi-democracy.
So sorry, basically, let me give you the foundation. Apart from the fact that he talks Marabio not to the father of democracy, but basically, the question when they ask him now on democracy, how he go assess Sierra Leone democracy. So now exactly that he try to put into context. And unfortunately, the minister can't talk about Marabio as the father of democracy, whilst CDI is talk about Ernest Bai Koroma as the big gun inside the democracy in the country. So now I make it address Ernest Bai Koroma first, now don't pass. So now it can't address Marabio. Let me go.
I will characterize Sierra Leone, or call Sierra Leone, a quasi-democracy, a pseudo-democracy, an electoral democracy that is still fragile. We have not consolidated democracy yet. And democratic consolidation is always a work in progress. Even in America, we have democracy backsliding. And as Stephen Levitsky, one of the leading scholars on democratic breakdowns, points out, whereas historically democracies were aborted as a result of coups d'etats or military interventions, now it is elected officials who are the primary, causes of authoritarian reversals or democratic breakdowns. That is, the ballot box today can be the route to democratic breakdown. Simply electing a leader does not guarantee a democratic consolidation. So at the state at which our democracy is very fragile, elections are very important to democracy, but they do not constitute democracy. They do not make a country a full-fledged democracy. It takes a long time for democracies to mature, and we are at the early stages. And I think the question that needs to be posed is whether or not our democracy is improving. Again, as I pointed out earlier, consolidation is always a work in progress. Otherwise, America's democracy will not be backsliding. And I don't think the minister should take it personally if some of us conclude that our democracy here is backsliding, or we question the quality of our democracy, particularly when you take into account the role of the judiciary in the expulsion of these MPs from parliament. It's just one thing there. But what it tells us basically is that you can manipulate these institutions. These institutions lack the kind of autonomy that they need to operate, effectively. But not only that, look at the Auditor General's office. She and her assistant had been dismissed. The Momo guy, I met him once in London, very, very impressive guy. They have been dismissed from office, and no case, credible case has been brought against them. If there was one, bring it against them. That is one of the effective horizontal accountability mechanisms that remain, because I don't really include the ACC under that, because that's a partisan position. The ACC commissioner is a party guy. They go after people they want to go after, and they overlook others that they don't think that
to be fair to the commissioner, there are people they've gone after in the current regime.
You're right, but not high up. But I'm not going to go there. Let me just leave it there.
Have been arraigned before the ACC. They have been suspended from office and they've been prosecuted. Sorry.
Go ahead. Did not interrupt.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Jimmy. Sorry, Jimmy.
Okay, that's fine. And some of the claims that he made about the baseline where we started. JMB was not the baseline, my brother. JMB did not bring democracy to this country. There was Bintumani 1 and Bintumani 2. They kicked against democracy. You know who brought democracy in this country? It's not one individual. It was the students. It started in 1977, right? With a demonstration at Frobe College, followed by No College, No School, then taken over by the women's movement. JMB was very late in the game. I personally was a discussant at the launching of John Hirsch's book. John Hirsch was America's ambassador to Sierra Leone at the time. He wrote a book on diamonds and democracy in Sierra Leone. And in that book, he claimed that the junta at the time was very reluctant to hand over power. And all their actions indicated that. So let's just debunk this notion that JMB birthed democracy in this country. That's definitely not the case. Well,
all right, so you basically know, I think this now be one of the things in this way you could say they add feather to the cap of Marabio, and Marabio be always done to make boast of this particular thing, say okay, me na the boss, na me na the father of democracy, na me make the democracy day, I sacrifice myself for democracy, if not to be for me, the democracy will for beggars, the last government did, this not all of it. And interestingly, that what in this man talk, this professor talk, are the exact thing that one day, Bintumani 1, Bintumani 2, Marabio, he just unfortunate say he got to strike a deal with Tijankaba. That is why he actually do what he do. Remember what he talk? He said, I be wear green. But I mean, know the kind of green way I be wear. And exactly this man, they unveil so for we, let we understand. But nobody know one for hear this. Nobody know one for see this. And not to just this, so sometimes they feel saying only because he say Marabio not to the father of democracy, no. It basically begins small by small. He even talk about the ACC. Say the ACC, the Ben Kefala na party boy, na party picking. You know, he gets interest in the fight against corruption. He say Ben Kefala not they go high up. And not tap though. This man tell we about Lara Taylor Pierce. I hope let's just go back to this thing quickly and listen to something again. Let's just listen this again, please.
I will characterize Sierra Leone, or call Sierra Leone, a quasi-democracy, a pseudo-democracy, an electoral democracy that is still fragile. We have not consolidated democracy yet. And democratic consolidation is always a work in progress. Even in America, we have democracy backsliding. And as Stephen Levitsky, one of the leading scholars on democratic breakdowns, points out, whereas historically democracies were aborted as a result of coup d'etats or military interventions, now it is elected officials who are the primary, causes of authoritarian reversals or democratic breakdowns.
So you everything is say we leaders them right now inside democratic state or country. Now them now the obstacle. Now them are the problem for democracy because they own the action. When say dictatorial or authoritarian or whatever dictatorship, they can't way out and they put their foot strong down. They make the main aim of democracy or the main agenda of democracy they go the other way because they basically they bastardize the constitution, go against every national laws them, and once you begin for do this, it's like you don't go the other way around. Look, continue for listening again.
Is the ballot box today can be the route to democratic breakdown. Simply electing a leader does not guarantee a democratic consolidation. So the state.
So exactly so. For you just use ballots for elect person or elect a leader, no guarantee saying a democracy. Because you can elect a leader, like for example, what do they get so right now? You don't elect a leader in 2018, but this leader, no. Now dictator, well, a lot of things and we could just say na head of state. Because it just get the different way of doing things. Now exactly this man be the try for put one after the other. Let's continue for go. We go to the point at the bring camp.
At which our democracy is very fragile. Elections are very important to democracy, but they do not constitute democracy. They do not make a country a full-fledged democracy.
So the election will effect for so now just one small part of the democracy what they talk about because it give you chance for we able for elect who that we want in some case elect the one, but you go not say not to that. Now the real part of democracy because you ask yourself a question now when you don't elect this particular person how it uphold the things them where you will say now they be part of democracy. For example, the rule of law, separation of powers. When are the main things in that one day where we see how it happen right now inside the country?
It takes a long time for democracies to mature, and we are at the early stages. And I think the question that needs to be posed is whether or not our democracy is improving.
So, and this very key that we ask a question now, and this is not a question for you. You think say we democracy they improve? No, it's a very big question. And basically, the bigger picture now, then we try for assess, this 5 years under Marabio. Because I understand that I just 100 days left. Yeah, this 5 years under Marabio in government, how democracy and good governance don't tell it. Remember what Obama say about good governance? He say former caretaker Anas Baikuma and the other leaders then from Africa don't do very well in terms of good governance and economic growth, especially for Sierra Leone. So let me continue for listening.
Again, as I pointed out earlier, consolidation is always a work in progress. Otherwise, America's democracy will not be backsliding. And I don't think the minister should take it personally if some of us conclude that our democracy here is backsliding or we question the quality of our democracy, particularly when you take into account the role of the judiciary in the expulsion of these MPs from parliament. It's just one thing there. But
and this interestingly, the first side and the way then begin for do things them, removing, MPs from parliament, imposing speaker of parliament, this now the first side, then people here begin for finger democracy inside the country. We all know, not to secrets. It's just open. But unfortunately, the people in that village not going to understand what this mean. Now for though they want the way enlightening, now they forget the work now. Because if you say they pull a member of parliament, say, and so what? If you say they impose speaker of parliament, wait till happen again. Wait till again, how down they concern with. A lot of people don't understand what they mean. A lot of people don't know the repercussion. A lot of people don't know say, because of some of them things, the dynamic will get the kind of bad system will get so right now. A lot of people don't know. Until you, when you get small idea, begin for enlighten the people, let them understand what in some of them things they have to the impact, the negative impact where it creates to the country. But until then, we people them, it like you explain to them, say they're not gonna understand. And they talk about the one them where they very, very, very down inside the villages them. They're not gonna understand. In fact, they want and then just one party there Sabina, they want no life. If you then at the south or the east, it's Sabina SLPP. If you then at the north, because the west NIB get mixed up box up there. The north, some side and then at the north, what is a big bet na APC. So then people in the like what you explain, they don't sabi nothing. When they vote, the leaders say when they vote for the North Sabian. And when they don't vote for Ambacte Kami Komot, they not Sabian. They just they vote because they say now we party this. Because they don't give them now, they don't take them now the party. So, but then kind of thing that when this man they talk about so, now the big storm block for this government and for the democracy right here now as we talk so. Now we continue for listening.
What it tells us basically is that you can manipulate these institutions. These institutions lack the kind of autonomy that they need to operate, effectively. But not only that, look at the Auditor General's office. She and her assistant had been dismissed. The Momo guy, I met him once in London, very, very impressive guy. They have been dismissed from office, and no case, credible case has been brought against them. If there was one, bring it against them. That is one of the effective horizontal accountability mechanisms that remain, because I don't really include the ACC.
Okay, so listen what they say. Now you go believe what we been the talk. Then few days there, this man tell we say they remove the Auditor General and one of in deputy when Samba Momo. So they remove them and up to this time, they never for explain proper one waiting at the things them. Or if they don't begin for explain, they don't get any evidence. And now as we talk so, what they want for do? They want lay the Auditor General and in deputy go let them cross-examine them. Where now a very bad precedent. It not ever happen in the justice system now we country or elsewhere in the world. What I mean? For lay the one where they can go na court. In way for first of all listen to the case where they get against them. They say no. Because how it can happen at court, I like to bring Samura as example. Before Samura don't finally agree say he will begin for testify in a court, the SCC present the case, they can witness them, where they can give witness against Samura, KAMARA and the others, and then they're not able to get case. Now, this next stage now for let Samura begin for testify before the case you don't pop one. Now, going to this Auditor General and Deputy, and then we use the same method. The state no can present in your case yet. The state no can with any witness yet or evidence yet against them people here. But then they ask now the tribunal for they actually allow the state for cross-examine the Auditor General and the Deputy. But me no hear waiting now me case it. And the Auditor General and Deputy don't object to that. Because me no know waiting at the case against me. But you still force me say, let me force can talk. What are the can talk? Where I don't even understand. You say professional misconduct. Waiting at that, I don't even understand. And you say that you suspend me. I don't go down the court say, when I go look at this section for me, please, yeah. Let una tell me how therefore remove me or how therefore suspend me. from when they take this case, when the Auditor General can go in case say, please, I want follow and interpret this for me. Let I understand proper one. What in this law say? Say to this term. They not ever assign that case day. But yet still, then you go on. Because every month, you get 60 million euros when you go to any one of them judges there, so free. Free. Per all the time. Now 60 no more. And most of the out of the 60, now they don't do one first where they say they meet and greet, then get the other one where they can and chill, then get the other one where they say they waiting they can do, they can make rules, 16 rules. Imagine. So you see now how the corrupt system they operate. So now in basically then they try to put together. And out of all of this tier what they talk about, so now you find out say then get like $950,000. Over $950,000 where the government don't put for them 3 judges there. This not include the one where you get for do the administrative cost, the junior staff them where they work at the tribunal or so. This not for just the 3 judges then. $950,000. Then they don't give. Then they don't put for them. And then just don't begin. Now, the original thing how it for be say every sitting, now una get sitting fee. So, now only one una sit, the government for pay una. But in the case of this, because the government gets your agenda, it makes say, okay, it puts them on monthly salary. Whether they work or they not work, then they get salary. So, outside them for we don't fast track this case, for let this case don't like when they don't fast track. Imagine the case of Samura I call them whose case this way we don't done. PR system. In not say if you don't done. Now the same the same PR system. Now in like Lara yon. PR system na for go interpret the law. Lara self go na court for interpret the law, they not do them. But tell them they waste time. Because every month any one of them they get 60 million leons. Free one. So why for rush the case? And then get big money ahead. When they for eat more. Now like when you go inside mines, you begin dig. You begin I dig now so you see more. I dig now so you see more. You come on a do quick. If you know if God not help you, he will have dig pass the dirty cover you there tomorrow before you know say the case done. Now like this so. Then just dig the money, then dig the money because they just enjoy. They don't give them free money for it. So now basically, this man, now they try for talk so. Exactly what we try for put together. Now they try for talk so now. Moving forward, on the Auditor General. Now, waiting at the thing now where they want from the Auditor General. If you will get your case, not can testify it. You come and make a case, but the case where you make, you not count any evidence. Whose kind of case this? What really they happen? And now, the one again where you see for what? So some of the allegations them when the audit reports of 2020 pool nado when an ACC where for look into them things they are so and not they look into that at all. Again, you don't focus. Listen what he say. He say no they look into in final they count the ACC.
Under that, because that's a partisan position. The ACC commissioner is a party guy. You know, they go after people they want to go after. And
see na party guy. Yeah, na party bobo. He just go after whether they want to go after, you know. But the bigger part of the picture, where for example, who said and say fraud, you know, falsified receipt and other things them, when they inside the audit report, this guy from where he say he look into until now, he not been come one arata yet to book. Not even the small boys where they go, he not count one arata yet. Because the bigger picture, the points to the president, the caretaker. And interestingly, we don't tell we say, what we will do if we want to go arrest or go detain or go investigate or interrogate the president. Because interestingly, they got thing called amnesty blanket. You know, they get protection. When you're in an office, they don't investigate you in cases like that. The only person, the only institution where you get right, where you get the strength, where you get power for call you to book in a parliament. But unfortunately, the parliament has been hijacked by the same guy, Madabio. We know they call your man them, where he employ thief man, but he don't be the Alibaba of all. You understand what I'm talking? So let's listen what this man continue for saying.
And they overlook others that they don't think that
to be fair to the commissioner, there are people they've gone after in the current regime.
You're right, but not high up. But I'm not gonna go there. You know, let me just leave it there.
not high up, not high up, and he no go there because he know the repercussion if he go there, if he dare try am. And this one are the high up. Now I don't tell you about so. The high up now the highest office now the land. And the highest office now the land, we all know the allegation we been there around now. What's the allegation? Forgery, double dipping, possible money laundering, and you get everything they call a lot of things then. Falsified, receipts. Then forge people receipts. Thief, they not lead on people at hotel, they not pay them. But the debt way them for pay, then put on a fake receipt, can't return and say they don't pay. When they go check now, so then people are not pay, they get debts now. And in fact, this receipt will never get receipt, not to receipt this. So now that side there, this man say he not go because he not go there go there. Because the sack where they sack him, so if he be there go there, something not to sack no more. By the next day, it's a CID for don't call him. You know what I mean? CID at work. We move. And I like the way how he just this nuisance here, so what they call the information guy. I just like the way how this man handle him. It just don't become like non-entity. Anytime he in a panel with somebody, it just the disturb. Like for saying I one small rat. It just the disturb. You sabi my say, I the disturb na pala. Now so it just the disturb. But this man so much mature that he puts on in shoulder, he puts on in place quick one. Listen how I deal with him.
Arraigned before the ACC, they have been suspended from office and they've been prosecuted. Sorry.
Go ahead. Did not interrupt.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Jimmy. Sorry, Jimmy.
Okay, that's fine.
He want disturb. He don't want give the man chance. But the man so much matured, in order to allow, I say, okay, you can give me chance now, I'll just talk, I'll not be disturb you. Interestingly, the man, anytime where they make your own point, where this non-entity, they make him point, they disturb him, they let go. So he used down there as a base, say, oh, please, I know they disturb you when you talk, so please give me time. And then he shamefully relax and say sorry.
And some of the claims that he made about the baseline where we started. JMB was not the baseline, my brother. JMB did not bring democracy to this country. There was Bintu Mani 1 and Bintu Mani 2. They kicked against democracy. You know who brought democracy in this country? It's not one individual. It was the students. It started in 1977, right? With a demonstration at Frobe College, followed by no college, no school. Then taken over by the women's movement. JMB was very late in the game. I personally was a discussant at the launching of John Hirsch's book. John Hirsch was America's ambassador to Sierra Leone at the time. He wrote a book on diamonds and democracy in Sierra Leone. And in that book, he claimed that the junta at the time was very reluctant to hand over power. And all their actions indicated that. So let's just debunk this notion that
the junta were reluctant. Who don't be the junta at that particular point? Amarabi on team. Strasser, the Marabio, NPRC. They be very much reluctant. When they say reluctant, they be the drag foot. They not be one agree. Until when they use one other ways then for him forget them before they agree. But now, because he don't see say if he dare try him, the no students, no college, no school, go come back at him. Interestingly, one thing I like about students, that is why, unfortunately, the way our politics don't go right now inside the country, the students they all don't be hitting by politics. They don't hit the politics don't carry inside them so much. They don't even know it in they don't even know their worth, their value again. Let's tell you something. I've not been there for no college, no school. Taking into consideration the time we they talk about so the age. But one thing we I know, when me see right in front of me eye, na Savage Square Kisi Road. Now where inside the Revo 10, Johnny Paul Kuruma in 10, where the students them Tawase, they rebel them, they junta them for handover power. Funa member, some of una, and also some of una be part of that because some of una be student. By then, me be just small boy. But I see and I know what will be after. By that time now, the rebellion, that day Johnny Paul be not invite the rebellion for come down at home. What happen? When the boys them come out up na college Kandom, the rebel them join up with the People's Army, as they call themselves, AFRC. Wetin happen? Then they hold them. Anyone where they hold. Now, live cutlass that they use for them. Anyone. They nobody use gun for them. Anyone where they always see they hold, then they beat you with the cutlass. Live one. Chap you. Send you inside Mutuka, then here you go. I see him right in front of me eye. So, Madabio know say, if he been tried that same day, something like that for be happen. So what happen? He pull him. Take what he get for take, he go. So, now we unfortunate say, the students them, it don't really divide along political line. Interestingly, before now, the students them be really concerned about, national interest. Even though, most of them, again, they get their own party within the favor. Because, like, this guy, I wasted also, Rado and other people themselves may be part of some of them things. I know you talk about the revolt time. Most ministers right now may be part of that. Most. When you talk now, this junta, you know what they talk about. So, names sending at the SLPP, we self been be part of that. We self been be part of them. Because names they like that, they play. So, for them, Madabio, they take praise, they take pride, they take, ownership of this democracy business. Now, this man boss in ball, so. He boss in bubble. When boss in bubble, they feel bad. So now, what did not happen? They don't kick the guy come out at the office. So, let me go watch this page again. You know, say me like for go and Congo, sir. Let's go to this page quick. Dr. John Edis line page, where he posted 1 hour ago. Yeah. Look what this not the university waiting and say. But I can't read waiting at the university press release, the newsletter where they pull, the news release where they pull, or press release. And then I get several questions where I go ask of why. First of all, let me watch this thing. It is like say, it is true. Professor Kande was kicked out for saying God Julius Madabio is not the father of democracy. Una hear from the manifesto. Damage control by the university. In other words, the university now, they try for can do it and call damage control. For say no, not because of that program though, now because of certain reasons them. Okay, so if that be the case, let me go and watch waiting at the reason them where they give. University of Sierra Leone, Director of Public Relations, Alumni and International Affairs, email Judiciary news for immediate release. Let's read exactly waiting the University of Salon say. Let's just read them quickly, yeah. Because something they find, the person know they tell you. If I let you set up the same, in case you miss the point, let me see. I hope you don't zoom for you let you see. Yes, don't zoom. Let's go to the letter. Today na the 16th. Interestingly, na today the one in I call them Denmark also. Usai ECSS say they go print the ID card them. Now today the people are for strike, and then strike for only 24 hours. Where they be the light away. Today the 16th continue. No divert your attention. It say Sierra Leone 16th March 2023. The attention of the administration of the University of Sierra Leone has been drawn to comment on social media that Professor Jimmy Kande has been sacked, but he is yet to be given a termination letter. In other words, what put up on Creole. He say then the attention they can't for understand. They see one social media post where they try for talk say how they don't sack one professor when Professor Jimmy Kande. Yeah, they say they sack him, but still now they're not able to get it in termination letter. This now what them say. Then say Professor Kande then be engaged him inside January 2022. In other words, they be talk to him inside January 2022. And then began contract for 1 year, no more. Where that contract they end inside December 2022. Take note. Let's say now 1 year contract they begin this man. Yeah, from January to December 2022. They say on the 12th December 2022, the university registry wrote to all FBC contract staff, including Professor Kande, informing them of the expiration of the contract on 31st December 2022. So they say inside December last year, on the 12th, they be write one letter where they send to all them people where they work at the university where they on short-term contract. That's therefore even Professor Khan themselves that be part of them people and they be received that and they tell them say when a contract one have been get it don't expire or it don't done. It expire the 31st. So the university administration would therefore like the interested public to note that the narrative on social media about the reason for Professor Jimmy Kande alleged sacking is untrue and skewed. To present the unfortunate picture that the university that he was victimized because of his political views. So they say that thing when they pass with right on social media, including this one where they talk so not to true. They say we in the social media just want for paint one kind picture for as if they don't seize advantage by this professor because of a go give him political view. And say the university is an academic institution which promotes academic freedom pursuant to chapter 25(1) of the Constitution of Sierra Leone Act number 6 of 1991. There's a only quotation there, outside for quote. But again, let me go back a little bit and watch waiting Dr. Lahai say because he don't investigate serious one on this case. He don't watch this thing. He say damage control, the University of Salon, you know, where now this man where they call this fake, he say, in fact, where now the chancellor where they now this fake PhD degree holder. He say, according to the release where Professor Kande, according to this release, Professor Kande contract ended in December. So the same question myself get. According to them, they say the release end in December. But listen, you know, let's forget about what Dr. Lahai say. If possible, in release in contract done December, January, February, March is still at the university. You know, ever remind them. Pass until you go do program, now you go remind them. Listen what Dr. Lahai say. He say, funnily, he worked till March. Now this March, bang, so. And he received a monthly salary. That is to say, even when they say in contract they don't done in December, hey, but they pay him January, they pay him February 2023. And they only ask him for stop for work, for stop for teach, after where he go this past Sunday na AYV for talk on the issue of democracy. For talk on the issue of democracy. So he asks, he said, what do you think? What do you think say we be? You think say we not fool? Salon don't turn to the dictatorship. It's a sad state of affairs. He said, well, I tell you na University of Salon Management. He said, na so Dr. John Idris Laidi Toko. He said, una respond to me post with caution. He said, me not they take prisoner. He say, I know they go back. I know they want to begin something. I know they left. I know they left at all. He say, where I end pa una. Una self go no say, I don't gent. Now una line. He say, ranka people. This is not what Dr. Lahai say, you know, with regards this. So, then the university claims, say, no, we don't sack him. Just that in contract we don't done. But if in contract we don't done in January, in December, why don't appear in January, why don't appear in February? Only way appear and talk about democracy under this mother day regime. And it's time for bring out the critical, real facts and truth. We don't know one for Yeri. When I sack him. And look the way I control the minister at the panel. A controller like where he can control any of his students. Some of his students themselves they make tower. A controller like a boy. You know, the man want talk, you want for you can cause goodness for the man. Say, no, please, relax. Now, me turn for talk. You be don't talk and all this stuff. Hey, sorry. This is not the same goodness where he can make every other time. He just don't get this thing say anytime we person he make point if he behave rudely. So the man control her like a kid. We're very much unfortunate for in the minister inside. So this is the situation where, and the problem is, in as much as this professor will be trying for play safe, but he not be able, in safe way, able to try for play, not be able for reach to that point for lay a really enjoy what they call safe, safe line. But I think time will reach or time will fit clock, as they can say. One day, we must reach to that junction. And once we reach to that junction day, we all will know exactly waiting na the reason we reach to that particular point day. This type of program we are on YouTube and on Facebook. My name is Sembe Pierre, the Freedom Fighter. So what we go do now quickly, we'll just take we'll take one short break quickly, and then when we come back just now, when we come back just now, we can continue the rest of the program.
Why you make me start for me?
When me say shake, dance, move your body down to the ground. And the boys and girls, 2 by 2, make all my move to the left and the right. Me say uncle, auntie, all them grandma and then grandpa, boyfriend, girlfriend, all them papi and then CC, they inside.
That baby over yonder, let me get some more.
They inside.
And if they go long for me,
Bring a guy inside.
to find, he get down, he bring it for me.
They inside.
Alright, today's not the Afri Caribbean, last December they made in Afriton, society they been do their lantern parade and other activities them, people them from all over the world been come and enjoy themselves seriously. So this December again then the plan, now they don't begin very early. So then they call on Una for lay Una book now. Una will be join them, and the one that will not be join them, we not be join them, we be just don't see lay Una book and see waiting Una can put in place for lay Una be able for come and enjoy ourselves again inside the country we na Sierra Leone. Well, I want to move again to something else, the issue of Samura KAMARA and Chelno bar when I in running meet. We been see outside they actually go now the Leone Star then camp outside then the train, and they may actually go and tell Kushe and Cabo to them people in there. Well, first of all, before we go into anything, let me watch how the work have been talek. Quick one, short one more.
Okay, dog.
Jervis.
Salut.
Yeah. Jervis.
Alright, so interestingly, when this thing first happened, I not be get interest because I just say, okay, now any political binding, let them just go about the and then the normal political, laddie die and so, so I not be honestly get interest because I not be facing at that kind of thing we look serious. But not doing that, as the one they are the chill, they try for meet and greet as then they do now the Lara Telopias in tribunal, as then they meet and greet them players they are. The only government, it don't hurt them. It hurts them so much that they're not able to bear anything. So what they do? Today, now they pull one press release. This is not the press release where they pull again today. The government not able to bear. The National Sports Authority now they pull this release, yeah? And pull them today, Thursday. Now read what they say. They say the National Sports, Okay, the Ministry of Sports, now then, the Ministry of Sports, of course, together with the National Sport Authority, they warn against unregulated visits to Leone Stars training. Okay, all along people in the go there, they not care, they no want for no nothing. But as this particular video will play, so then see them where they go talk to the coach them, just greet the coach them, greet the player them. Then come on and low you do and say. They say as the Sierra Leone senior men national football team Leone Star intensifies training and preparations ahead of match day. 3 and 4 against Sao Tome and Principe in Group A in the 2023 African Cup of Nations qualification in Ivory Coast. The national team has been overwhelmed with incessant and unregulated visits to the team, training by members of the public, especially politicians. Okay, so sometimes they say it's no a master and Kabaslot no a missus. Okay, so they say then the kind way out the public done the gladdy, the kind of number of people that when you go now from the public for go greet them player there, especially politicians then. They say they not like them at all. So what did they say? They say Leone Star as the pride of Sierra Leone. Una listen and had the woodness paper this letter. They say Leone Star as the pride of Sierra Leone is the property of all Sierra Leoneans. This is originally reality. Now all man in property, so it no matter who that go there for go greet or who that go for go tell thank you. All man in property, I love this type, but can't watch the woodness. They say but the government is the main custodian through the Ministry of Sport and the National Sport Authority. So this now they tell you simply say, in as much as now the property of the country, of all man, but you get for no say, people and they will control them. And the one that will control them are the government through the Ministry of Sport and that of the National Sport Authority. Now then they control them. He said therefore, the National Sport Authority is strongly admonishing the public, especially politicians, who wish to visit the team at their training arena to do so through the National Sport Authority for proper coordination with the technical team. But the technical team not complain. Then they greet them, then tell her. They say so anybody want for go there. Now like the police no more, when how the police will behave the other day. Where the police certain people like Samura want go na potluck and they say power papa to take permission. He want go and they say if for label the first. Any side want go they say for take permission. He want go na mosque they say for take permission. And so this. So they say anybody we want for go there, especially them politicians we go there so they for go first to them. So by the time they go to they say want go greet the team, then begin to make arrangements. By the time the arrangement is done, team don't left, you don't go. They know they give them any access. A goodness. He said they not for any. They say the NSA frown at individuals or group of individuals who unceremoniously visit the team and abruptly disrupt training session. They say they went at the National Sports Authority. They're not glad. They're not glad as they see some people or group of people them or individual them where they just bump in by the players they no more. Say them they go visit the team. And as they go there disturb the training where the team been there on. They say they're not glad for that one at all. They say as a nation, we have achieved a lot in sport under President Bio. Can you imagine? Let's go back. This will talk about citizens and we talk about national property. So, waiting at this thing about President Bio and the sport. I mean that we all get them, you say. Let's read that again, let me understand exactly what they say. Let's read that back. He says, as a nation, we have achieved a lot in sport under President Bio and his government. The National Sports Authority, being the only sport agency in the country, charged with the responsibility to monitor, supervise, and regulate all sports in the country, remain committed in ensuring that those gains recorded by the government are fully maintained and protected at all times. I don't know how they protect anything again. The country sorry, it's too sorry, just too sorry. I don't understand what they happen. It's too sorry. So let me look. Interestingly, other sporting discipline, the government not only the pig face, then the all who said they get interest man, and then they go. When you come for achievement inside sporting disciplines, football no they half near them. The laurels, the award, the trophies where beach, where volleyball don't get, where they a boxer they don't get, where they karateka they don't get, where other judo, where table tennis, where long tennis, different sporting disciplines them. Cricket not for talk. The kind award, the kind trophies them where they don't go win internationally, where they don't carry it. But me fambulem, when I don't begin count ba Leone Star. Almost bad Tamatis Cup they don't carry it. Almost. One day, they don't carry Tamatis Cup. So, waiting at this thing now. Waiting at this thing. Or waiting if somebody go visit the team. How he go unbug the good image of the team. How he go unbug the good work or where the sport in where the football don't get under President Bio. I go unbug them. For go tell Adu no more. They don't go give them drink where you say they don't go poison the drink. Then just go tell Adu, then come on back. You say under President Bio. Interestingly, now this can make some think in the way government they change. Or now the reason is we make most of them when they are not only government change. Because interestingly, if you are government official, you know work in a place like this, I'm not sure say you just get for rights release like this. Now goodness. Pure goodness like this. Pure goodness. Pure goodness like this. You don't get any rights for rights release like that kind there. And I will tell you now for here, even the body language of the players them. You will tell me back some players they will get for drop based on that one day. Then they drop, they don't care what get for happen, and they drop them based on that day. Because you see some of the smiles of the players them, they wear out the body language talent, you know, they get for drop some players them, and even some technical people them. Back me word again. Today now figure out the 16. Now let they go. And go and say, now let me go because Jesus day before. Oh, but this year, now let go no more. This 18 day before. Now let they go suffer. So this is the situation where they happen right now inside the country. Politics done so much dirty and stain so much that we never for know. What it warrant this? This particular video for warrant this?
Okay, dog.
Davis.
Salut.
Yeah. Davis. You just married, nobody like that.
So now the video this way make the government pull this kind of press release So it's very obvious, very clear. Say the government don't want Samura in China, but say I beg any outside Leone Stadium and only are they because now we they control them. Now we are the custodian of Leone Stadium. In as much as now all my property, but now we. If you want to go visit Leone Stadium, you can take permission for we. China and I call them Samura and the order too. Government don't speak, and they don't spoke. Game close, but in lock. Done. Ah yeah. No easy.
Oh na 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 na, oh na na na, like I go na 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 na, oh na 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 na. Get up, stand up, get up, stand up, get up, stand up and fight for your right. Get up, stand up, get up, stand up, get up, stand up and fight for your right. Get up, stand up, get up, stand up, get up, stand up and fight for your right. Get up, stand up, get up, stand up, get up, stand up and fight for your right. I pay the way where the system they go. One. Where we can't see slow, not so we been butcher. Waiting the one, every day a new story. Waiting the one and just stay like how we waiting the one. Separation them on a we. I'm not care the dance for we. Waiting the one, so clear the kill we. Papa you can't stick down at the country, kanga the country slow. That's another walk, and the side where you go, so wahala we want for no. That's another walk. Mama want cook, money no day. Papa be the woke, then don't sack him. Mama want cook, money no day. Papa we been the woke, then don't sack him. What's a going in our country? What's a going in our country? What's a going in our country? We want for no. What's a going so? The policeman them will protect we. The German them will protect we. And then they beat we, and then they kill we. We want for no. What's a going so? The policeman them will protect we. The German them will protect we. And then they beat.
Alright, so I be actually one for up in the line, but one other information don't come when updated information where I go really want for watch quick one. Thank you very much. Yes, quick one I go on for watch Sunday. Miss Nira, thank you very much. Let's just watch this latest information we don't come with regards the university and that of the professor, yeah? Low read waiting is say. Maybe we go wrong in terms of waiting. Low watch. This is not Jimmy Kande. He say, I just want to respond to a press release by University of Sierra Leone PR ACK about my dismissal from FBC. I have still not received my dismissal letter, nor was I contacted in December about contract renewal. In fact, I was paid in January and February in this year, which contradicts press release that my contract ended last December. So basically, what he say? He say just one for response to this rubbish press release where them people are at the University of Pool. He say then the talk say they don't dismiss me several letter. In fact, I never see letter of dismissal. And interestingly, they pay me inside January, they pay me February, where it they against waiting and put that in press release. Yeah, he say as then they come and talk say me contract done inside December. He say that not to me, not to my idea. He say I was told verbally by poli science ed, I think political science, yes, political science HOD head of department that I have been dismissed just as I was about to teach my master class yesterday. Yesterday Wednesday. He say if I not seen any letter of dismissal, it just gets from the HOD, from the political science. We tell her as he want for go teach a picking him so yeah. Within a master class, and then tell and say no, sorry, professor, they don't dismiss you, they don't sack you. He said I spoke to Professor Kele Mansare, Fabe College Principal and DVC, Deputy Vice Chancellor, who told me that it was my HOD who refused to sign off on my renewal letter. So in other words, this same HOD na any can now. He say the vice chancellor tell and say the HOD na him no agree for sign on, no he no agree for sign na the letter for renew in contract. The HOD na he no sign them at all. He say political science is largely with a few exceptions. He say a cash for grades, rogue operation. So I am not surprised that my presence, quality of teaching pose a threat to some in the department. What did he try to say? He say he not surprised. He say because the political science we in Sabi when I for Abe College University, that one way in Sabi, he say they mix for all kind of rubbish. Hey, then they take money and pick in their hand for grade. Then they rogue them. He sabi the other things they now. It rape mort, operation. And the same way, so he not surprised at all because he say equality we get the kind quality way in the add, but the kind teaching way the picking and they get. He say he not say to them to plenty of them are threats na the department. He say he not surprised at all. He say I also contacted Professor for the SAR, University of Sierra Leone Vice Chancellor, and the man who hired me, and he promised to give me a call after returning from Nigeria this weekend. So he said we so say the person will be hire him. He don't say we so call him, and he said he will call him this weekend. We come on to Nigeria. He say I have had it with FBC. This is my second firing. He say he not a stranger. If we don't get in the same Fabi college, he said this is my second time in the Saka. He said first, was as a doctoral student from Wisconsin in 1985. He said the time I be student when I do doctor in 1985. Then do and so. He say, and I will never teach here again. Say and also, but they ever. So imagine the kind of thing where they add to the students them, they don't lose them. They ever teach them again. He say I even have an outstanding judgment against the university for waiting wrongdoing or waiting. Now go to the next page. Now go to the next page. Page can. For wrong judgment against the university. Okay, for judgment. Okay, I even have judgment against the university. I think for wrongful dismissal in 85-86. He say he get the judgment for that time the way they wrongfully dismiss him. He say I feel bad for the students them where deserve for get better. He say I dey put plenty of me time for develop new course them we go able for make the picket we go able for courses that will never be taught here. He say I dey put a lot of time, a lot of me effort for make sure so we deliver or develop new course them where they no go ever teach them na this particular university. He say I come here so for as a legacy to the teaching practice. He said to the teaching and profession. He said but they don't want me now. He said I come for really add value for coming I put legacy at this university. He said but it look like they don't want me here. He said I value waiting remain to me na me life, and he say I no go ever put am na the line for teacher again. This na wetin professor say for teacher again. At the sky selfless I did not call him back for investigator because of the kind of thing there. He say I will have more to say about this after I receive official termination letter, but the press release by the University of Sierra Leone is false and extremely deceptive. He said, me I get boku for sale, but I not be worried. And the wait they give me official letter we go tell me say they true they don't drop me at this particular side. He say this press release where the University of Salon pull down will be done for him. He say for now just fake, now just lie. And it just there for come paint one kind of picture for deceive the public. Now I know what that press release there for. He say, I'm at peace. Me, right now, why say I dey so? Hey, me at cold, I dey in peace, and I go spare myself. The indignities. Okay, I go spare myself. That kind molest, that kind thing will go reduce me. Yeah? That kind of disrespect when them go and bring to me. When me the work na ya. He say me, I go spare myself. He say, me, I go prefer, avoid that kind of disrespect. The way they want can reduce me to our level because of the work na ya. He say, they don't even offer me office. But at least, that's not the least part of him problem. They don't even get office. They not even offered an office, but that's not one of the least problem them where I get. He say, I look back proudly at my unblemished 30 years record of teaching. He say, look back. He say, I know the worry yourself. I just look back and look at me clean record. When nobody no get nothing for tell me, nobody no point finger at me. One day, from where they teach, 30 years at the University of Richmond. He say, I be able for grow day as teacher and as scholar, as big man for education business. He say, but I was doing the best teaching of my career when I got here. He say, but I be feel say no more work career, not the best I can do for can give the best inside this particular career. He say, twice beating is more than I can handle. He say, for let them bet me to them, for let them molest or embarrass me or sack me to them. He say, it look like say a big pass waiting I go able for handle. Now go to the other page, quick one. When at the last page, now in social media handle, he said, he put on. He said, I was not even, okay, I don't get down there. Was beating, okay, twice. Okay, this is the ending part, the half part. He said, another blessing in disguise is how I see this. Now the thing is I can talk. He said, for him, this theory that they try for do so for molest me, embarrass me, and for reduce me. For me, a blessing in disguise. Now so me see this so. He say, God, they work now one kind of way where we not know they understand. He say, and all shall be well. He say, God will make we. They work one kind of way we not know understand. He say, and in my own case, I know say it will be okay. So this now waiting Professor Jimmy Kande actually write now in social media handle. Okay? So of course, we all know here waiting Professor say, and now the next thing we can do now, for basically can see how we can handle the how you call that in it, the line. How we can handle the line now the next stage where we can see or we can try for put in place. Okay. So in the meantime, no go no sign. We can now let's just take this break again for the second time. Let's just take this break of the Africa Caribbean. Okay. They come back just now.
Why you make me style for me? Na 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 no.
When me say shake, shake, dance, dance, move your body down to the ground. And the boys and girls, 2 by 2, make all my move to the left and the right. Me say uncle, uncle, auntie, auntie, all them grandma and them grandpa, boyfriend, boyfriend, girlfriend, girlfriend, all them papi and then CC, they inside.
That baby over yonder, let me get some more.
They inside.
And they beg go long for me.
Bring out my inside.
To find, he got down, he begs for me.
They inside.
Alright, that's gonna be a message from Africa Caribbean. Africa Caribbean, where the people will be all one show. You know, this be anthem in December na Freetong. So basically, then they plan for do another one again. You know, that street carnival. Oh, I mean, they talk about that one day, the other day say, that program it's really nice. It's really nice for go and relax in your country, you know, in that kind of attire. You gotta get good things them around you, they see good views, you know. Just they go all around, you know. That'd be nice thing that one day. It'd be really, really nice. It'd be really, really nice for let you actually see something and then they happen. So basically, you know, that's this particular advert is for. So if you want to be part of I think last see something if I'm able to make myself a particular thing for you. Or we'll do another day. We'll do another day anyway. So in the meantime, we can today we actually they reserve the auditor because something bigger than what we think about they. So we don't want to mix them at all because we want people their attention there on the audit report or the auditor in case. So we don't want to mix out anything. If we dare mix out this now, especially then two things that we politically, you know, people don't charge politically for. It go find out say a lot of people not want to talk about the Auditor General in case, so they reserve them for tomorrow. Okay, so what will they do now? But they can go on the line. We are here for Muna. What will I think? I get 20 minutes for spend with Tuna, and out of this 20 minutes, I give una 2 minutes each. Yeah. So the line will open now for you. One for call. Please wait the call. Reduce the volume of your set. We got 716 people to watch right now with 341 likes on YouTube. Please increase the like button for we. Thank you very much to the one that would like. And on Facebook we get 433. With 371 likes. Please Una increase the like and share the program for we, please. And you will not subscribe yet to this channel, please consider for do so. Right now, so the talk again 68,762. Please, one for see, because we get like 30 people that we don't join, we will not subscribe yet on YouTube. Please consider for subscribe. Welcome to the show. Your name and where you call from, please.
Hello, good evening. I come from London.
Yes, sir. Welcome. Your name, please.
Med.
Okay, go ahead. You get 2 minutes.
Okay. The first thing I want to do now, just suggestion that they bring come for the program, because the program they big. Being that when they come towards election, I want let una. I don't know if it's good for una. For una go fend. Tell una go be able read with constitution out for educate to people. So them parliamentarians then go stop for the life and then people there. The more the people know about with constitution, the more they go know the legal rights on what they want for do. That the first thing that I will advise, if we are going to do for we on a daily basis for the salon constitution.
The thing now about the salon constitution, it get for be an additional work now one. Then some side and they can be, it can get some legal minded thing then for the interpret them. But I know we go try for do but I'm not sure say it get a lot of work anyway. For now, I'm not going to be promised.
Then the next thing again, now they come to the program where now it's. As we all know about this SLPP government, there is nothing surprising us anymore. The only thing we get for be focused. And one thing I go advise, if we God make we pull in a power, this government to the kind of power, if you not take them people here to tax and only people are responsible of waiting to go on that country, then I'm afraid Salon will just stay at this roller coaster. Because what you they see so they happen, not to surprise anymore. We not go surprise of what they do. They don't mislead people and so much of that country that they don't do anything where we prove and say we get for left and go free. One thing again where I go left for bring come forward SLPP government. If we not go this 2022, allow them for continue. For mid of 2024 and onwards, we country they sink.
All right, thank you very much. 2 minutes.
Yeah?
Thank you. God bless you. Yeah. We get 2 minutes for any call. 2 minutes to the dot. Welcome to the show. Your name and where you call from.
Yeah, I mean, unknown caller, they call for the UK.
All right, go ahead, please. You get 2 minutes.
Yeah, I just wanna mention some few points concerning this issue. Yeah.
Okay.
Like me, at the kind man way, I be they know say it just for happen like that because I know say all these SLPP people waiting they think about themselves. All 70 they praise this matter bureau, but he don't do well and the national team he don't do this. The 7 matter bureau be the MPRC. The 7 they win zone 2 twice. Then I be chief secretary of state. That be under Strasser. Then compared to the visiting issue, I be they expect that because if it was watching the technical team they do in fact. After the shakeout, they all left the team. Yeah, then they go start the DC. The only person where I be sitting na Jibila will be. I hope will get problem. But from my point of view, then they sack all the Leone Star players and number. No, say at least Leone Star na for the normal. Like for say the average citizen not get right. Other than a foreign and other country, the same rights where the president get and the minister at the same rights, Chericoco and Samura KAMARA, every other body get that team. People that they go watch 20, they complain. What about if Samura KAMARA and Chericoco go there? What's the big issue? Then what I observe again, so that small crowd where be they now do the Allah.
Yes, I don't comment them back. Because them the Allah, yes, thank you, God bless you. We go on the line again and take another call. Welcome to the show. Your name and where you call from.
Hello?
Yes, welcome, sir. Your name and where you call from. You get 2 minutes.
This I want to call from Ohio.
Right,
me take towards the Star. Just as you rightly say, I believe say the team na all Sierra Leone team. If anybody want to go pay visit, I don't believe say they get to make and specifically tell we say na this set of people there, especially telling government like say na government
on their own, especially the president, like saying your money of your own, it take they put on the team. And up to now, all that money they spend at the national team, not able to tell you exactly
where then go
that
Nations Cup, yes.
Yeah, we don't even know exactly where the money where they spend. Look the stages how we go. We don't know how far they go with the look who side they go with that kind of money they will spend at the team. With that kind of money they will spend at the way they take at the cover. Forget them supporter, them players and they now they can't begin saying Amada Biome could go, who stage you go per Nations Cup. For go Nations Cup will come on a group stage. How many millions of dollars, how many billions of loans will spend? It's so ridiculous. It's ridiculous to make the sports ministry they write them kind of letter. I'm not go doubt the credibility because they're all about leakers there. So you can expect all that kind of thing from them. Thank you.
God bless you. Welcome to the show. Your name and where you call from?
Good evening, Sengbe Pierre.
How are you, sir?
Yes, Sengbe Pierre. This Augustine they call from London.
Okay, Augustine, go ahead.
I always appreciate you now because this program, when I really bring up things them way born in issue them too seriously. It's so sad. I graduate from Fabric College, especially from the Department of Political Science. I just graduated 1 year ago. I get a friend they write where they do masters. They don't tell me a lot about this guy, this Professor Jimmy Kande. They do extremely well. The guy not do bad. The professor be so analytical on Sunday. I watch your program, the live way they talk. I mean, it's try for maintain a balance. But it's so sad when you get a government where just myopic, they know they see far, then too monofocal on their views, then just see the professor and Brandam the way how they feel for Brandam. You understand? For like get somebody like Dandy, how you go and let education system go na salon? How you want let them reach Frabe College, where we don't be once and Athens of West Africa for let it reach that peak again. You need staff. Staff na part of the rating of a university. That man a professor. He don't go. He get something where they go add na that university. The political science department. How many professors will get? The whole University of Salon. How many professors get? Specifically Frabe College. How many professors? This man don't left, he don't go impart knowledge in that country to people. They don't go do them kind of here. I mean, of course, Chericoco and Samura they visit. I mean, you know, say this government always they always they go against the opposition. That man go visit, just say me a visit, we go great. Okay. I mean, look the press release.
Thank you
anyway,
very
that's
much.
it, yeah. Thank you.
Right, the line's still open for you. One call I before you start the program. Welcome to the show. Your name and who side you call from?
Mina Lamin, they call from US.
Alright, Lamin, you get the platform. 2 minutes.
I they do, pa.
Will you try yourself?
Tell God thank you, pa. Yeah, bro. We country, how they go, Huh? Now that the affluent people and the Kayan Pepe, so. You can imagine the one that we land book. At least where they enlighten people them. You know, where I believe say any civilized world where democracy they prevail. You need them kind of people and they, you know, for they can sensitize people them. Give their own opinions them. Yeah, in order that means say you understand what you talk now true or not too true. So it left to you for make you go, you know, do further research. But it's really sad for let that man, you know.
Right, the line don't hold on day, so let's go to another call. Welcome to the show. Your name and who side you call from?
Yeah, I come from Holland.
Alright, reduce the volume of your set and let me talk, yeah?
Okay.
Alright, go ahead. You get 2 minutes.
Yeah. My brother, thank you for your courage.
We thank God for that.
Yeah. Now something more I want to ask. This port authority, them now the party them party na in the andulam or na the government, because when them pass, the government they take control of the port authority, or they constantly for them.
Now government. I mean, they say the authority now by parliament, through parliament they establish now government.
Because if then they take stand like this, if the government change, it definitely get for handle by the coming government. So definitely it's for the land, it's for the people of Sierra Leone.
Mm-hmm.
So whosoever come talk to them, whosoever come can greet them, it's just normal. So why them for pick offense over it?
Mm-hmm. Because Samura will work very hard for that.
Actually. Anyway, yeah, I understand. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you. God bless you too, man. Yeah. All right. The line's still open for you for calling and not for inside the program. Welcome to the show. Your name and who said you call from? Yes, you're live. You got 2 minutes.
What's up, buddy? What's up? No, I don't worry about the 2 minutes. You know the song they used to play for some Sumana when was during the time convention? Osai. You know that I don't know if I can pronounce it well. Osai or Oswai, I don't know.
Osai or why, yes.
You don't get them? You don't get that song?
No, I don't get that.
They sweet me. That song they sweet me.
I don't get that.
Liman never watch you na Facebook. He never watch you na. Because we don't tell them so they pack him picking them. We don't tell them so they pack him picking them bringing them come back na salon because we already give visa, we already give them non-amnesty, we already give them none of them asylum. All of them. Now parliament they wait for let parliament close, they all run away. This time we no side the bank governor, we no side go out. He no go for in Africa guide to Sabide. We pull all of them they waste na do. That big that song now for the player for me anytime we open your show or say that song the sweet me. Oh, if you guys are playing that song, I'll be calling you every day. Or if you get up, please, put a player for me because right now they say na den na the paupa. Forget about Leone Star. We all know Sierra Leone Star is rotting. Who they go care or concern about whether if Samura or whoever go there, they have to make a comment. This guy has nothing. They losers.
You did it?
These guys are looking for problem. I'm here, buddy. Don't worry. I use a 5 gig. I can never go offline. Listen, these guys are looking for problem. Let them give them the problem. They just have less of a couple of days and weeks.
Thank you.
Parliament will soon close.
Very much.
We all go there in a salon. Nobody know they're gonna win this trip. No asylum, no amnesty. We all stay there. Hey, buddy. Yeah. Take care, man. But play that song for me.
If you get her, make her get her, man. Not get her. Oh God, I like this guy. Welcome to the show. Name and who said you call from?
Yeah, this is Abdul call from United States.
Abdul, welcome. Go ahead. You get 2 minutes on the platform.
Okay, thank you. The professor was right. Bio is not the father of democracy. During Bintumani 1 and 2, the first speaker, Nabi Mada Bio, and Mada Bio bin the support PBEC, we mean peace before election. Immediately after Mada Bio in speech in favor of PBEC, James Jonah, we been supposed to moderate the show, stepping right away and energize the Sierra Leoneans them with that popular song, Our Faith in God. They all start for singing. The politicians, they're all inside the hall, they sing like in a church they attend. You know, and one person within a government where I remember where himself been a kick against PBEC, Nabi Abbas Bundu. Then they college Abbas Bundu in line become so popular now college where he say the gun that liberates the people, the gun must go. Let Mother be not think say Sierra Leoneans and they suffer from amnesia. We know they forget, you know. I mean, for cut and short, Mother must go. Thank you, bye.
Oh no, wait, hello?
Yes.
I don't know. This na resource things them you tell me about. So we are so much get interest on. Anyway, the way we can find that video there.
Oh, well, then I don't know if them
yes, of course. SLBC be the record, but I be black and white.
FBC around them 10 and day. Go tell you say that the Abbas Bunu in line that day and Mala Biobi in support feedback together with Team File. This before
the
election.
Journalist, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, my brother.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We'll go on the line again and take another call. Alright, this is the one that connects. Welcome to the show. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, hello?
Yes, please. You're live on Weird. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, I call from Germany. I'm Wiser.
Wiser, welcome. Go ahead. You get the platform.
Yeah, concerning this Slaffa business, you know. You know, Slaffa, then they say football, no, the press release.
No, not to Slaffa right now. Nah, National Sports Authority and the Ministry of Sports, not to Slaffa.
Yeah, not all, because they under Slaffa.
No, Slaffa they on the own. Okay. Slaffa not put on pandisiet.
Okay. Okay, like I say, them pull this press release, but they know one player when Leslie Allen die. They not say no representative, you know. We don't play for the country, don't do everything. They don't say no representative, you know. But they go the player them, they need to pull press release like this, you know. So I don't know why they go use football and politics. Now this me not understand, you know. This government, everything that they try to divide people, and you know, call for show, you know. And that man, where they go sack and walk back because he go talk the truth, you know. So all that thing that they after they go on social media, they talk about say they don't make the criminal libel law, you know, all that they under them. The man go talk something at AYV, and now they don't go get letter, you know. It not call for, you know, what in the gun that country they.
All right, thank you very much. God bless you. Mr. Kamara.
Yeah, hello?
Yes, welcome to the show.
Hello?
Yes, please, welcome.
Yeah, okay, maybe problem I get, first of all, now the theme or the topic of the program. I don't know if it's appropriate or it's just an eye-catching headline whether they say that the government. Because I believe, say, the NSA or the National Sport Association, not to government directly, an association where just like I get PPRC or get any other body.
But not to government body.
No, but not to government institution. Not to government.
Okay, let's make a fine for you, no saying a government. The Ministry of Sports, not to government.
If it's the Ministry of Sports, then we know saying a government.
Yeah, but now they all two.
But the headline, you know, come up from the Ministry of Sport.
No, wait, Mr. Kamara, let's show you back waiting there. Wait, let you see something, please.
Okay, let me argue on that.
No, not to argue. Look, not correct with the correct certain things then. Not to argue at all. This one, let's show you exactly what it say.
Me time they done.
Yeah, they give you nori, but you say something where you count something where very important. Ministry of Sport, not to government, and the National Sport Authority, not to government.
But the headline, what's in the letterhead, that the Ministry of Sport, the letterhead did it.
Yeah, now the whole day for me, Mr. Kamara. National Sport Authority. Then the topic now, Ministry of Sport, last Zoom let people see them. And National Sport Authority, and the alternate government.
I agree. I don't concede. I agree on that. Let's move forward. Okay, let's cut the chase. Now, I just want to ask. The opposition, now part of government or not a part of government?
Yes, of course. A part of government.
Then, because we have three arms of government, we have the legislature, which is the legislative arm, we have the judicial one at the court.
Yeah.
Then we get, I think, the executive one at the president and the cabinet or the executive. You understand? So, and I believe, say, Chericoco, na parliamentarian. So that makes na part of the government. So if somebody they go talk to na politician, Madam is also a politician because in time they almost done. The mandate to them although it still gets on this them. So this is so bad they don't politicize that country. Any other person can go there, they know talk saying politics, but because they go there, they want to begin politicize them. Because then the people at the background say, hey, why you not been telling me okay, for don't prepare, don't ready go. They're not like that at all. This country is bad. Just like this same professor wouldn't say they don't dismiss or they don't fire. But the letter they state say this man in service don't done from December. How person in contract don't done from December, but we still maintain the person up to March. They don't even pay them up to February. Just because what the person go talk to, then when go fire the person like that. A very, very unfair. This country a bad. We people we will be sorry for people who they under. We know they feel good at all who we then can't tell they happen, So this government will get for work very hard for let the party themselves they make sure say this government go. Because I don't want to take me time because I be power that program want to end because I don't blast for them because the kind we are the guy be the moderate the program. I'm not be so happy about that. So let's just stop here. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right, to go to another call. Okay, I missed that one. All right, so I want to tell you, say this Saturday we actually host the Deputy National Secretary General for the APC. A lot of questions and they will not be one for ask. We will not be able to ask the Secretary General. So please, if you get them now for Mekle, we get them in. Yeah, so we go able to put them together. So we had in Salon TV Live 1, we get the National Deputy Secretary General, okay? On different issues. They'll go on the line again and take another call. Welcome to the show. Your name and where you call from. It is the volume of your set caller and let me talk. You're live now.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you, sir?
Oh, they do well. Just for clarity, me a graduate from Frobe College. Okay, I don't come out there for quite some time.
Okay.
But I just want to indicate the kind damage where politics they cause to the institutions and as alone. When you look at the academic arena, the world of academia, they will side people, then they think critically. They know they support government, they know they support individuals. Now, issues, then they debate. And everybody, they come with in your perspective. And when you come with that perspective, normally what you they do, you they back and with facts. You they give waiting you feel say, now the reason this way make I talk this. And if we will side the freedom of expression for the exist, because they make people then they learn. You they go to an institution for make you learn. And the only way we they learn they now for be very critical. So if academic freedom na salon don't become a problem, whose kind of example would they set to people then? Just imagine how many students can get for loss, where they know they benefit from that knowledge, where Professor Kande they take and bring back na the West. We they talk about brain drain na Africa. These are some of the problems. The best brains and what they get, then they left the country because of intimidation, because of harassment, because of the thing and then brain come outside the brains and already dead. So I think say what we get for doing at that country, now for let we try for depoliticize all institutions. Outside politics not for day, enough for day. Otherwise, as a nation, we not go grow. So that's a me
on for the only way where we be able to do that one day, until then certain position and they then get for pull and fail one from the president in appointment.
Exactly. So that get for do with the very rotten constitution where we say we get right now, where that constitution they know they support democracy in any way.
Okay.
The present constitution will get they support democracy in any way. We really get for try for let we work, let we amend that constitution they pull politics from all the institutions then. Let the politicians rule and let the institutions operate independently.
Right.
That's not the only way we salon as a nation go before.
Thank you
Otherwise,
very much.
we in big trouble. Thank you very much.
So this one we get for starter with the government where they come. Plenty time people can get one question where they ask, who saw you been there? Where these them be to do this? Why they not do this? Why then they are not been doing? we want for settle for the best. If we get for change this country, this government where they come, a lot of things they will need for do. So if it not ready for total responsibility, then they let make better kata and come for we. But if you're not ready, let them tell we let pull on. Let them tell you because we get for start from somewhere. Now one green step now get for start with for able for achieve what you want. Yeah, Singapore then it talks so. Now one green man and start the whole thing. Other people enjoy them, they're able for transform the country. So it's not about what this been do. It's about what me can do. Let me go on the line. I'll take 5 more calls. Okay, I missed that one. 5 more calls if you're available. I'll take 5 more calls if you're available. Welcome to the show. Your name and where you call from. You line the cam in the break. So I don't know. How are you again, ba?
Nah, consensus you call from Weird.
Alright, go ahead. You get the platform. Go ahead.
Yes, the way you made a say no more. Me only mind that I get for the deputy secretary general and for concern you be say for like.
Oh no, wait. Yeah, send her for me. We don't discuss the issue the date now because you don't know.
No, not to discuss. No, what you say for give for you go.
Yeah, wait. I mean, you can send her for me through voice note or text. Na me WhatsApp. I'll go watch her later.
Okay, well, no problem. I will text you and remind you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, don't concerning what you they say for waiting the happen at Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone are the for now. Me, I can tell me company the world we keep comping say Sierra Leone is worse than Revo right now. Revo in say people let me get voice, people able to talk. We not be German then they will we. But now it's more fearful than we will be during the level self because when I've been born with the top way, but Salon be very peace, Salon be very normal than now. I'm not lie to you than because you know able to talk nothing. You go then you see the food for talk certain thing. For then you know we can kill you the other morning or then give you problem. Why if it be so? Now your own country you day. I believe also the same rights with the other person get now all man get now this country. But now you don't sound like no you don't get voice self for talk. If you talk, then say if you talk through self, then say I APC you day. You know for belong or you know for talk within the money you know the country, or you know for do something where you know for saying the right thing where we all at the same law cover all man. Even when we soldier then they do on top when they shoot. You talk one word concerning student in the country. Now another student there again. Now I don't know how they call them. The days they will go school with them they say that the reason that make them ban who may they get inter secondary schools sport the way people yes intersect. Now for them fit then they make them ban intersect. We then days in the school be very nice then thing and they go school. You get a very good point that we no office alone we will get them glory this then they back.
Thank you. We go pray. We go pray and then we need for work hard. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Welcome.
You see, I love one word where Samura KAMARA been talking in one of their interview we played in this. He say, I not ever don't blame me predecessor. Instead, when I reach that particular office day, I dey work for transform. Well, Samura KAMARA, I love that word so much, yeah? Where they go say, oh, this is the best word where you don't ever talk in your life. For me, the best word. Because what this simply means, it means say, when you come so now, you not get for begin can blame mother build the obra. Now work you come for work and you want for help with the people them. We there for you. But if you shake, there we go. Welcome to the show. Your name and where you call from. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, please talk a bit louder. You did live. Your name and where you call from.
I'm a concerned citizen.
Concerned citizen, go ahead. You get 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you so much. I just want to ask, and also like wait before you come on here, you might be if I don't do ask questions, and I actually want to ask you a question, and where like the APC man go visit Leone Star, you ever ask like if you do like he asked like if he get consent say like I want go visit a team.
Somebody need for take permission for go visit in your country team.
Me not a politician.
No, not a we need to talk as politician. You ask me question, right? So somebody, Salon Post need for take permission for go watching team.
He get for if he, I don't know if actually they into football or they into higher pitch, but where they play or where they play, go national team where they in a camp. I think see there is a need for let go through certain procedure.
So the one them always can go watch the team, so then they take permission where they train.
You they ask the high. I think one possibly call it. They look at the high profile of the individual where they go. Since where they start for good train, since how many years? Who's other high profile where you see where you go train?
Marabiu.
Where you go visit the team? Huh?
Marabiu.
He thinks he like when they go visit the team, he thinks he know they communicate through the right people there.
So
like
wait,
maybe the NSA, the Minister of Sport.
Waiting at the point where you want for proof in my own case now.
He want the Chericoco, the flag bar get 100% right for go visit because as a country that the team that everybody gets on. Okay, but like the main point here is that where they go visiting or where they go inside. I think see like example where they do this interview, it's just a condition if just today they call no law talk. I think see there is a proposal where they write to the post first. I think there is a message where they say no tomorrow I want to get interview.
I think that's two different things you talk so. When somebody they pass around the side team they train, then it decide for visit them. I'm not sure say commit crime. You think so?
This now they be actually I say if you be do like I think see the man get like PRO or whatever, or like if you just the work maybe I want to visit the team. It's different that way they make a proposal like say, okay, today I want to visit the team. That now make I be ask you if you be maybe you get it be call like individual say no, like Samura be saying somebody say no tomorrow I want to go visit the team or no maybe now because I just the pastor I just can't greet now. Yeah.
So if you watch what happen, we know you make any political statements because it just go greet and pass.
No. Not about the political issue we talk about, sir.
Okay, I understand your point. Anyway, I respect your view.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
3 more calls. Welcome to the show. Your name and where you call from. Reduce the volume of your set flow talk there.
Okay. Yeah, good evening.
How you doing?
Yeah. How can I feel that the virtual dentists are not the take part?
Very sorry about that. So for take care of yourself.
I know it's fine. Okay. Yeah. Me na White House because one call me maintaining people in the laugh and they call the maintaining again. Anyway, this way I see today where Samura and Chericoco go create the footballer they really wrong. Where the bio government they do, not really fine. It's like they really want problem. The marcation not for they say other than the APC, they not for go visit like the national team. It really bad. Then you mentioned one thing about the information NIMISA because not to minister and NIMISA where it can really make a fun out of himself. We can sit on that place the way they can get them the interviews. That thing can really irritates me. Where that guy can sit on that they make like kindergarten picking. If they see.
Yeah, go ahead. Did they live?
Okay. Yeah. Where they go and distract the other people then at the panel. That one they really get to me. I don't know why Rado Swari not can comport himself whenever it live. He really need for stop that kind of thing and they made them go decide them up say, look, you not mature man.
So now the game plan Dandy. If you watch what in the do it lie Lima they do now the same plan. Then the planner, anytime where they find out, say somebody gets point where one for make against them, then they begin for give side.
Yes, now that thing they do. Now that me don't take no more for today. Man, not talk much. I not really the future.
Thank you very much and get well soon.
It really pain me. All right, yeah, take care. Yeah, bye bye.
2 more calls. Welcome to the show. Your name and where you call from?
Hello.
Yes, please. Your name and where you call from? You did live.
Oh,
This is Boaji Bwari call from Blama Junction.
All right, Boaji, go ahead, you get the platform.
What you country they turn up to, man? This is a big disgrace, man. Can you imagine? You see Argentina where they win World Cup, they can crowd, they come welcome the team. If not Salon, we will begin talk about APC SLPP.
Yes.
Look where it's so nice to watch. The whole country, the people, all man come home. You see, for try for put a stop.
And at the country flag, not to party in color the way.
Now you get it. The country with the country flag. You know they know anybody who say no day. Why would not it land from all lanes in here? These are big teams. So we're not even going to say soccer. Politics one can divide. It's a shame. And with the professor, that professor is a very good professor. I wish he would calm down. I believe he gets a feature at that college day. This from what SLP take over. I mean SLP I would talk to. But always it can happen most of the time. Most of the SLPP, in fact, the lecturers then they get a squad with all not the same party they only support. If you then see you in a class, you didn't have the same party with them, you're not in body. They discuss a lot. But if you did against them, then you don't suffer. You could do another college for long time. After so for college, we don't operate on this PNC. So I don't wonder if they try for punish his professor. Sometimes they try for put on a particular group where you not agree for. And the man is a very straightforward man. The guy is very disciplined. I listen to that program. They already even get some things that we been a big stop, but it been very straight up on the point that we bring up. And it know to be the talk. You see, I don't know. Like I been see when they share some video them with some beginning they cry. Then show that thing in a public any public TV in a salon.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Well, you see, the things they wouldn't for the show people, then they know they show them.
I'm not sure. Because I follow, I'm not sure. They show the event, but now the same way then they celebrate no more inside State House.
Yes, they're not going to show outside this agony they take place.
No.
Una, thank you so much, man. Una, they make they learn a lot, even when they're inside the country, but they see a lot of things that will happen there.
Thank you.
Would they bless or make this particular project grow up, man?
Amen. Thank you very much, brother.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right, so take the last call for the program. Welcome to the show. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, hello, yeah.
Yes, sir. Welcome, sir.
A concerned citizen.
Okay, do you reduce the volume of your set here?
Okay, reduce.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I want to
know. No, you still come with a sharp noise. When me say you set still Leone.
I didn't say me room open. I don't know no more now.
Yeah, because sometimes a loud the kind side can meet you back.
Oh, sorry. Okay, well, I'll go out now. But you get me still?
Yeah, they get you, yes.
I want to tell you about thank you for what they do.
We thank God.
And I pray that God will continue for blessing us for this good work they do.
Amen.
All the medicine in this country is complete bullying. You understand? How country go they need to allow the opposition for doing work? Because the more opposition criticize you or people criticize you, the more the government need weakness.
They must have been down there.
But these governments are always they're going to do. They don't do this. They don't do 100%. They don't do 100%, 1,000%. They don't do more than what Madam Bio say in the manifesto. But still, what people are criticizing the vex. That man, Professor Jimmy, a very intelligent man. He left all what he do. After 30 years, we don't serve. He experienced. He come in country. Now go sack the man because of his money in belief. It's very unprofessional. Look what happened. Our salon, me for go watch my salon team, whether they train and say, pass again, for go pass clearance. So if game they play now in a stadium, pass for go take clearance back to NSA before go watch the game, what then tell we? Because it's a simple thing. If they say someone for go take clearance to NSA, then we. If game they play back, for go take clearance. Now the only thing that they, what they for tell me, if you look to that, so I don't know, Leone and the APC as a general for go watching game. Because they talk say they for go take clearance to NSA. And when people ever for go watch again, any talk about clearance, everybody they tell Leone for go watch. And what they say for go meet them for go train just because of a political figure. I don't know what's not a problem. Okay, yeah, I'm your contribution this.
Thank you, God bless you. Alright, I take one as a bonus. Oh, one as a bonus. Welcome to the show. Do you reduce the volume of your set?
Yeah, sorry, I don't know what I'm saying.
Thank you.
Salon, Lawrence Vox.
Yeah.
I mean, the lucky collab. Young cool. Young cool. You didn't misbehave.
I did tell you.
So, so democracy day.
Oh no.
Make we fed up now. All time on a crisis throughout the period. Many people are afraid now. You know, for be so. But that's what we had. Me say me people them. The blunder, bra, war regionalism, bra. Don't forget the country unity. We not a political party. We want the south and the east and the north and the west for join together. But we have family and behave so right now. They don't have the uncle. The uncle are nasty man. That's the fact. Sorry, I don't want to say that in program. That's good for me for say that. Right? But your uncle are bad boy. Sabi bad boy. Eh? Your uncle are bad boy. Oh my God. Actually, your uncle, you gonna show you.
You look enjoy today.
Sorry?
I say you look enjoy today.
No, but reality today, mommy man. Your uncle likes to drink with the mommy. Oh my God. Because I go sit down where you stop the whole region. So that they stop you enough for go campaign, what you want make we say again now? What you want to tell the people and say? Looks like Griba. Your good can bogo, but we people and say for bogo, but me say me people in the way with them blonde tobacco. We had. We country. Not to so not follow them, not be part of the problem. You be a solution. Think above the problem. Like sir?
No, go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, above the problem, but right now they wanna do and so now make we say confused, bro. Not to so, not for me so. Remember, I said the southeastern day, mix them all. We get one pot, then we move, we fly. But you said, right now, they make we say we just sit in one place, bro. Hey, you don't say you're cool about boy. You said no.
I know.
You get the electoral commissioner, and all the chief electoral commissioner, get the police, get the
get the court,
confusion.
Girls side.
You get the court. So me grandpa, me papa, Samura Kamara. Hey papa, God, if you don't feel like guilty self. Your uncle no say get all side. What's in the opportunity? Hey papa, your uncle, you don't beg your uncle, you don't begin beg your uncle. Because this na kata this you. What you don't do to your uncle? Talk to your uncle, but you don't beg your uncle. Because your people, let me say, I tell them, but I don't know what for do. Right, so we had the country na kata. It shall be kata. It's a total conflict situation like this. So, the people don't believe them. They don't believe the people. So now we talk at time. But it depends. You know what I mean? Because the media they say they don't bug we bro. Makes the people like say we had now we all get a lot of so. I don't catch no more strength, no more the northwest, no more you left the southeast. You know fair. Aisha.
Clear.
They tell us they make their minister with the sacred. No, they're not getting no position of trust. You have vex for the people that are
but you know say no, just two man in the day. So you know we get all man.
Nobody punch how they make is not making the regional balance. The regional balance they look at. I don't know much it for go when we talk about northwest and south. We just didn't know what to
So I mean, when they finally take over now, then you go able to forget the regional balance proper.
Hey, but your uncle, you see your uncle don't begin block at the southeast.
Forget. Your uncle na Papa Yankee. They don't pay you no more.
Sorry.
I just go and fake business.
No, fake. This is reality. In the block. Well, your uncle, listen. I tell you what, your uncle.
The bottom line now, you talk something very important. Even though you make them fun, it's very important. You know, the man in command outside.
Sorry.
I say you talk something very important, even though you make them fun, but the man in command outside.
No, but we are now. We can't see that what they talk about so. Regional balance. You sabi like way you just like when you go born.
Anyway, let's go back. Let's go chill. Mr. I can go nap now.
No, chill, but we had confusion there now.
I know. You clean out. We must fix the corner. No, action. Thank you very much, my brother.
Action now. Yeah, thank you so much. You're cool. I wish my boy had been listening. My boy would listen, but you know what? Listen, you're cool. You fumble. I'm not trying it. We'll watch you now. Have a lovely day. Thank you. We don't try, but we're better.
I know. Okay.
Man, cheers, man. We're better. I know it's you.
I know. Okay, brother.
Why you make me style for me? No.
When me say shake.
and inside. Anyway, we got 807 with the watch right now on YouTube with 419. Please, when I give you 500 likes, you will watch right now. Please increase the likes for we, and then you will watch on Facebook. On Facebook, we get 436 with the watch with 481. Thank you very much, and please, you will not like it, please consider for like. And you will not subscribe yet to the channel on YouTube, please consider for do so. On Facebook, you know, follow it. Thank you. Now for do so for we now before we go. Right as with the talk, we get 68,764. So please, you will not like, you know, subscribe to the channel. Please consider for do so. Well, I want to remind you, say this Saturday, next tomorrow, we actually get the Deputy Secretary General for the APC where they come and talk about national issues, them things that really happen inside the country. Okay, so join me 9 p.m. Salon time. So Facebook family, una no get for Siri on Saturday 9 p.m. Rather, you will get for search for Salon TV Live 1. Let's just project this thing for you, let you see and quickly, so you will know also you catch up with we on Saturday. Okay. But on YouTube, of course, we will still day on. We will still day on YouTube. But on Facebook, we're not a day on Facebook. So this is not a channel where you search for on YouTube. You just search for Salon TV Live. Salon TV Live 1. Salon TV Live, you add one day, okay? Salon TV Live. Now there you will get we. You know they add all the media and consultants, you know, just Salon TV Live. But I will post the link on we Facebook page the very Saturday before the program they begin, okay? So this Saturday we actually did live as we talk with the Deputy Secretary General for the APC, where Honorable Usman Timbo, we actually go join me for we talk about different issues them, okay? So until then we will get for meet again. My name is Samura, the freedom fighter. God bless we country Australian where we call we yard. Man, they not really glad. But anyway, man, they need for go chill and rest.
Oh na 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 na, oh na na na, like I do na 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 na.
So one more time, I want to tell you plenty. Thank you for what you like, for what you share, for what you call, and for you to just come and view. Okay. Tomorrow we will go back, except so if we get bigger thing again, because the issue them on the audit and Auditor General, we don't want nothing for compete with them. We want you for understand what they happen, because this government don't want you for understand. Now make we know they mix them with it. Want you for understand and with the first time for let people understand them, because the government need for no say we they understand things them. Okay, so we look forward for come up to a game tomorrow, because it gets interesting, sober, fine thing them for let you hear about how this government they play with we, like for say we not full. They don't know say na cool. Anyway, until then, Samura the freedom fighter. Na my name. God bless we country Sierra Leone where we call we yard.
Oh na 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 na, oh na na na, like I do na 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 na, oh na 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 na. Get up, stand up, get up, stand up, get up, stand up and fight for your right. Get up, stand up, get up, stand up, get up, stand up and fight for your right. Get up, stand up, get up, stand up, get up, stand up and fight for your right. Get up, stand up, get up, stand up, get up, stand up and fight for your right. Okay, the way the system they go, not us so we be butter. Waiting the gun, where we can't see slow, not us so we be butter. Waiting the gun, every day a new story. Waiting the gun and just they like how we waiting the gun. Separation them on a we. I'm lucky I the dance now. Waiting the gun, so here they kill we. The country Ghana, the country Kanga, the country slow. That's another walk. And the side where you go, so wahala. We want for no. That's another walk. Mama want cook, money no day. Papa be the walk, then don't sack him. Mama want cook, money no day. Papa we be the walk, then don't sack him. What a gwan in our country. What a gwan in our country. What a gwan in our country. We want for no. What a gwan so. The policeman them will protect we. Soldier man them will protect we. Gotta be between and then kill we. We want for no. What a gwan so. The policeman them will protect we. Soldier man them will protect we. Now then they between and then they kill we. We want for no. What a gwan so. Waiting and do to me brother LJ. We no gladdy. Why them baba? Waiting and do to me brother LJ. We no gladdy. Why them baba? Na full of man no. Na full of man. Na afraid full of man. Na afraid full of man. This is time to go. Not us so we be butter. Waiting the gun. Where we can't see slow. Not us so we be butter. like Maui. Waiting the one. Some are restaurant them on a wheel. My fellow here in the dance for waiting the one.